What's good, Kayla? What up with you? We got PJ Allen in the building, Hang Hand in the building. What's good? Let me lower this. You know what I'm saying? We got the NBA Finals here, the small market finals, the snooze fest finals, if you will, whatever you want to call it. Just know it's some other bullshit by, Adam Silverfish. But yeah, to start off, we had the Knicks being the Knicks like usual. You know, the chant the whole playoffs, Knicks and six, Knicks and six. Ironically, every single series that the Knicks had in the playoffs was 6 games where they won or lost. And now that's where they are at home right now. It was actually Pacers in 6. That was the troll behind it. And they still in the news because they just hired Jason Kidd as a head coach after firing Tom Thibodeau because he likes to overwork his players. You'll play 50 minutes in a 48-minute game somehow with Tom Thibodeau. There we go. What's up? We got LaBrie Hendricks in the building. There's Dixon. What's up with you? Caleb almost first. Hey, that's funny. On the Western side, because I don't think we covered it since the conference finals been settled. Obviously, OKC put belt to ass on Minnesota. Every single game was a blowout. Even the one game they lost to the T-Wolves. Snooze fest all the way through. Just about every OKC game, short of the Nuggets series, was pretty much a snooze fest. Memphis, it was like 50-point ass whooping, 30, 20, this, that, the third. Boring. Denver, like I said, some of them blowouts. There were some close games. Obviously, they lost a couple. End up in the 7th game where it was a boring ass blowout. In the East, Indiana, that's the team that was making it exciting, making it thrilling. Before that, it was the Knicks. But when those two collided, Indiana ended up coming out on top. And now we have a very small market finals. We got the Pacers. Jim Irsay ended up passing during game 1, or it was announced during game 1 of the Knicks series. They ended up winning that game, ended up winning a 6. And now OKC on the other side. So we are guaranteed a first-time winner. I know most people would rather see Indiana win, but let's be real. They don't really have a chance in hell. This is the Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat all over again. All over again. And on top of that, they have the international player agenda, which I put in the thumbnail, with SGA. That's been the biggest thing they've been doing since roughly 2019, for real, when they really just went in overdrive with it, with the recent champions, whether it be Giannis, Jokic, potentially SGA, who's Canadian. That's been the big focus. And if you're American, you just happen to be a light-skinned nigga like Steph Curry or Jason Tatum. And ironically, they got one on the other side of Indiana with Tyrese Halliburton. But this one is definitely a OKC thing. This is Thunder getting their first one. And I saw this crazy, I think it was like a meme. It was like OKC in a 10-year span had 3 MVPs on one team at one point with Russ, KD, and James Harden, and then end up getting a 4th one with SGA and potentially winning their first title, which is crazy considering they've been around OKC, that is, a little over 10 years. So the gematria is heavy on SGA. You just saw today is actually insane. I really don't know a lot of people that have the Pacers winning this series for real. Like maybe Pat McAfee, but he biased. He played for the Indianapolis Colts and shit. That's really about it. Other than that, I don't see a lot of people picking the Pacers. It's one of those, we know how the outcome gonna be, and we're just like, it is what it is. What up, Marco Polo? What's up? I want to call you Shams so bad. I'm calling you Shams, man. I don't care. What's up, Shams? What's good with you? So the whole pregame was them trying to make SGA the face. I'm glad you brought that up. That's been something they've been trying to force a lot, is pushing certain players to be the face of the league, and it comes off so forced. Because it's like 1 minute is this player, then the next minute is that player, and they can't really pick one guy. which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But when some of the people don't have personality, it becomes a problem. RJ said Edwards to the finals with MJ in the booth next year. I don't know if he's still jacking up 15 goddamn threes a game. I wouldn't count on it. Do I see a game 7? Hell no. We'll be lucky to see a game 6. What up, Cactus Jack? Wishful thinking, I would love to see a game 7. But even then, with the way that they've been having these game 7s go over the last couple years, it'd still be a blowout somehow. Might be a 30-point ass whooping if it did, for some crazy reason, get to a game 7. Here we go. At least the city of Indianapolis will get some good revenue in, but that's it. The thing about Indianapolis is it generates so much revenue as is with all the other things they got going on. They had the Royal Rumble there earlier this year. They usually at some point around host the NCAA National Championship and Basketball Final Four. Sometimes on the women's side as well. They usually host a Super Bowl here or there. So they straight. And then you got the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark, all the craze there. So Indianapolis is one of them. I know they call it Nap Town, but no pun intended, it really is kind of a slept-on city. Pacers don't even look like they trying. Yeah, I'd say get used to that. This man Sham funny. Said they better call some of Caitlin Clark's referees. Halliburton's Black Magic run finally coming to an end. He didn't use it all up on them snow bunnies. That's why. SGA straining his face with the expressions he make. I swear every time he drive to the basket, he got to make some type of face to sell the foul that he shouldn't even be getting, so he can flop and fall to the floor. We all know the one where Julius Randle was looking at him like he crazy, like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? And then he got that dumbass, he got the ghost face look. That's what it is, the ghost face, the scream mask look on his face. Is this the worst NBA Finals matchup, or is there another one? Woo. This one's up there for bad. I would throw in a couple of the Golden State, Cleveland ones too. The sweep, yeah, the sweep would go in there. I kind of want to put both of them in there, honestly. Both of those, because everybody in America, unless you lived in Cleveland, knew that's where that shit was going to be. It was going to be Golden State winning that shit. Denver, Miami was pretty bad. But this one, I'm going to say depends on how many free throws over the next 4 to 5 games each team gives, or specifically SGA, and if it turns into a flop off. So next in line is Luka once LeBron retires. Yeah, I think that's the next time the Lakers gonna win a championship. LeBron won't be there. That way they can, they always have a rotation of star players. Whenever they win, it's Kobe, Shaq. They was the duo. Kobe, Powell. That was the other duo. LeBron with that bullshit bubble. Luka and whoever his teammates gonna be. They always got to do that. If you a star with the Lakers, you got to win a championship. It's kind of, they go hand in hand. Last year was oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about Boston and Dallas. That was pretty bad. You're right. What's up, Bronze? I think the best way I'd really rate it is how badly do I want the series to just hurry up and be over with. Because I think Denver and Miami, that was the one I was like, yeah, hurry up and end this shit. If you want to add in the bubble, that would actually be the worst one, even though it went 6. Think Aaron Rodgers is going to win a Super Bowl with the team he beat? in his first and only Super Bowl? Hell no. Hell no. 8-point game, by the way. OKC up 36-28 as of my stream. Hell no, that nigga is done winning Super Bowls, bro. Like, what you saw with the Jets is pretty much what you getting with Aaron Rodgers at this point. What you've seen with the Steelers for the last decade plus is what you gonna get. 9-8, 8-9, whatever the fuck. They not gonna do shit, and they already capped out at 6 Super Bowls. They not finna do a goddamn thing. It's gonna be they gonna get a lot of hype and shit in there. He could be a good mentor for Will Howard, but Aaron Rodgers is an asshole, so he probably not even gonna be a mentor to him for real like that. It's gonna be the same shit. And then I get to laugh at all the Steelers fans that cry because they cry too goddamn much. And all they can do is brag about that Super Bowl they won a long time ago. Like, yeah, we got 6. Yeah, that's cool. Your coach is a 500 coach. Way to go. You have the NFL's Doc Rivers. Yeah, I'd be happy to. Nigga, please. Shout out Nate Shepard. I don't think I said that one yet. Shout out Nate Shepard. Look like they got a whole squad change for the Pacers. I saw 5 niggas out there. They use the people. Someone mentioned something about Thibodeau running players in the ground. Wherever he ends up, if he hasn't signed anywhere, Tom Thibodeau is going to be on that same shit. Expect star players to get hurt more frequently. And I think that's a reason, or I say part of the reason why the Knicks had him. So whenever star players go down, he's kind of a scapegoat. Not saying he don't overwork his players, because he definitely do, but he's known for it. It's like his reputation. So it's kind of a scapegoat thing where there go Tom Thibodeau. He played this nigga 48 minutes in the game, and now we wonder why he hurt and shit 3 games into a series. I think that's what that is. What they do as far as with Jason Kidd, they probably still cook a little bit, but I mean, what you saw this year is what you gonna get. Said Shepard got 3 fouls already. If you already got 3 fouls, you fucking up. You ain't even halfway through the second quarter. Miles Turner, damn, 9 minutes, you 1 for 5 with 4 points. Terrible. At least he made his free throw, but terrible. And one of the things that really made the NBA Finals quality fall off, besides all of the numerous blowouts and just the total span of games over the years, and then the bubble year where it was just super forced, Steven Havitt, horrible mismatches and shit. The broadcast booth. I didn't realize this, I want to say, until last year. Like, I wasn't thinking, because I'm so used to, Mike Breen, Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy calling the finals. Even if it was a bad matchup, at least hearing their voice talk, it was like, okay, this is the NBA Finals. When I'm hearing like Doris Burke and what last year JJ Redick, it don't sound right. It's just like, something is missing. And now I know why. Yeah, exactly. D Rose is proof of Tom Thibodeau. Yeah. So in your opinion, being an NBA coach gotta suck. It don't matter if you. There it is. If you take a team to the finals or the conference final, you still getting fired. Not really, because you gonna end up on another team probably the next day. Like, shit, look at Doc Rivers. The number of times he has blown 3-1 leads, that nigga finds a job faster than any coach I've ever seen. The Bucks fired a winning head coach who, correct me if I was wrong, was he not the head coach of the Eastern Conference All-Stars for that little time that he was coaching last season? And they fired him due to players. Doc Rivers was in the booth calling the games, and they said, nah, we're gonna make you a coach now. So no, I don't think so. Overall presentation, yeah, that's a whole ESPN thing that goes across the board. I say the only one it looks like they kind of put some effort into as far as presentation is the NFL shit, but even then they've leaned more into the Nickelodeon, the kid, trying to get to the kids and shit, and it's a little much, but it's not as bad as the NBA. Rodgers and Steelers got so desperate that he already beat Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl, and now he's the quarterback. That's a whole comedy show. Yeah, crazy how things go full circle. And do they not play each other in the first week too? The Jets and Steelers, that is. My biggest concern, though, as far as broadcasting for the NBA, not just ESPN, is moving from TNT inside the NBA. We all know is one of the greatest sports pre-game, post-game shows like ever made. Like that shit is pure entertainment. Even if you don't like basketball, you can listen to Charles Barkley, Kenny, EJ, Shaq just talking shit. 1 a.m. just talking shit about random stuff, and it just be funny as hell. I don't know how NBA on NBC gonna be. I know they got Michael Jordan. That's cool. Might have some cool insight, but other than that, are we gonna get that same personality, that same chemistry? And I think the first few games that they covered, they're gonna be under a microscope because of that shit, because they knew. And they got some huge shoes to fill broadcast wise. And Doc Rivers always getting the job. He can go 0-82 and still they'll still give him a call. Exactly. They probably cross-dressing at the gatherings and shit. I wouldn't be shocked. That's all alleged though, but yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. But yeah, Doc been around a minute, man. He played in the league. He's a player's coach and stuff. A lot of players actually like playing for him, believe it or not. I don't know about Blake Griffin, but a lot of players did like playing for him. That's how it is sometimes. Some of the coaches you question like why they got a job, or you would think, oh, that coach trash. And then you hear the player side who actually played for him, they got a lot of positive shit to say. It's kind of like Jeff Fisher in the NFL. From the outside perspective, it's all he's a 500 coach. He this, that, the quarterback killer, this, that, and the third. Players, they're like, man, I love playing for Jeff Fisher, blah, 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 blah. Unless you're a quarterback, it might be a different conversation, but it's all about perception. So the mainstream media put all the blame on Cat and Tibbs. We got no smoke for Brunson. Yeah, Brunson definitely to blame. I guess Brunson called his daddy and Leon Rose to get Tibbs fired. I will say it is bizarre, the timing of some firings. Like the Knicks, Tibbs took them as far as they've been in a long time. It's like, oh, bye. Another one, Taylor Jenkins, winningest coach in Memphis Grizzlies history. Oh, we almost to the playoffs. Nah, you got to go. It's crazy. Said Blackbird become an OKC Thunder fan, allegedly. What's up, Lorenzo? What's good with you? Inside the NBA is going to be on ESPN. Oh, nah, man, nah. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, that's terrible. That is terrible. Ugh. Damn. You hate to see it. Yeah, I got you, PJ. Said unless you Steve McNair about the. I had a dark joke. I wasn't even gonna say it. There's so much fuss going around between Steve Nash and Jason Kidd being a target to be the new coach. Steve Nash is trash as a coach. Let's get that out the way. Jason Kidd, he's done good with the teams he's been on, but Steve Nash had no business being a head coach. SJ got drafted by the Hornets, just like Kobe got traded to the Clippers. I remember that Clippers stint for a little minute. Just like Kobe, and don't forget Kobe Bryant won his first ring versus the Pacers, and now SJ can win his first ring versus the Pacers. I like that. And we know the last team the Pacers played was the Lakers in the finals, who had Kobe. It's ironic too when you talk about Kobe and the Lakers. SGA got to play with Chris Paul and Kobe didn't. It was like for that 1 year when Chris Paul was on his journeyman tour, and that was one of his vets. He do, and he ain't the only one who got that problem, Big B, about dribbling too much. I mean, we saw James Harden do this shit. Shit, at times I've seen Kyrie do it too, but he know how to do it in a way where it's effective still. But yeah, Brunson, he dribbled way too damn much. You just throw up in your mouth just think about it. It would be fun if they pull a fast one on us and the Pacers win. Hey, I wouldn't be mad if that happened. I really wouldn't. I don't have any beef with OKC, like as a team overall. I just don't like how SGA plays with the flopping shit. He not a bad player. He's a good. The nigga can hoop for real. It's just he do all this extra shit he don't need to do. That's my only issue with him. If he didn't do all that shit, cool. That'd be fine if OKC win. That's what's up. Get your first championship and all that stuff. Yay, cool. Indiana, I ain't got no beef with them either. Halliburton, he got an ugly ass jump shot, but shit, it go in. We know why, but it go in more times than not. Say OKC and 7, nigga. OKC and 5. We're lucky to get 6. They've been jacking up threes in the finals for a minute. For a hot minute. At least it's close though for now. 37-41. OKC leading. Excuse me. But sometimes they like to make that first game close to kind of draw you in, especially if a team looks heavily favored, only for the next couple games to be just complete ass whoopings. This one, if this does stay close, I could see it being the same way. And it's actually ironic talking about OKC. Monday Night Raw was it wasn't Tulsa, was it? Yeah, Tulsa. It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Monday. And on that same episode, ironically, Pat McAfee and Michael Cole had a bet if the Pacers won. Michael Cole had to wear a Pacers jersey during the announcing on Monday Night Raw. If the Knicks won, Pat McAfee would have to wear a suit on Monday Night Raw because we know he really don't do that shit unless it's a PLE. It's just funny that they had to settle this bet in Oklahoma, of all places. There that bitch ass nigga go again. He got to fall again for no reason. You know, I give him a little bit. Miles Turner did have his arm around his neck, but he doing all this extra shit. He looked straight to the refs. Halliburton had a stint with the King. Yeah, that's right. Because that's the whole trade since a bonus to Sacramento. Yeah, that flopping shit. They need some new rules about that flopping shit. Still tripping on the Bucks fine. They coach a year after they won the finals. Yeah, the NBA as far as firings, the coaches is the most puzzling shit ever. From just like a basic standpoint, if you just face value, is the most bizarre shit I've ever seen. But knowing, you know, how shit really worked, we understand why. But yeah, at face value, it'd be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Some of the trades, but really them coaches being fired. NFL is kind of the opposite. It's when you don't fire coaches when you get confused. You don't really hear, oh, he got fired too soon, unless you know. But other than that, it's like, how the fuck does this nigga still have a job? Thunders and Florida series will be over soon. I think Indy might steal one at home. Get the crowd one win, and then other than that shit, that's it. Paying attention to the NBA at all? What's been going on? The small market finals. Oddly enough, this game is actually close, but the series itself ain't gonna be close. Because they want to make sure the hood rags, the richest stories are few and far between. We really don't have a lot of hood players in the NBA like that for real. Like NFL, they by default, because there's more players, you gonna run across more hood niggas and shit playing in the league. But NBA, nah, a lot of these people, dads played in the NBA, or they coached in the NBA, played in college, coached in college and shit. Nah, they grew up privileged and shit. Most of them, not all. So yeah, it's a different game. They don't have that same, what's the word? I don't know about thirst, that same drive. There's like a difference between the old school and new school mentality, regardless if it's rigged or scripted. There's just a different approach to it. Like these niggas now rather play Xbox and Twitch and fashion does other extra shit. Exactly, just like they did in game 1 of the finals when J.R. Smith forgot to score when he didn't shoot when he should have shot. So the Knicks can't win, the Bills can't win. How more can you suffer? It is crazy when you think about it. Like all the New York teams, the Yankees, they came up short last year against the Dodgers. Bills, Chiefs bitch like usual. The Knicks, they made it farther than they did last year, but it's the Knicks. And I didn't realize until this playoffs how annoying a lot of Knicks fans are. I know there's some cool ones. The people, at least the Knicks fans I know personally, are cool. I guess they the outlier, but the stereotypical Knicks fan, I didn't know they was that annoying. They really are probably more annoying than the Philadelphia Eagles fans. And again, I ain't got no problem with the Eagles either, but damn, their fans are so goddamn annoying. And I just remember seeing like one video, I was like, oh yeah, fuck these niggas, bro. I hope these niggas lose at this point. As much shit as the Knicks fans was talking. And then the way they treat other fans, like they be throwing shit at them and stuff. Like, I'm not talking in the game. I'm sure it probably happens in the arena too. But just like walking, like leaving the game and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And some of them, they be desperate as hell for the Knicks to win the finals. There was one video, this girl was talking about she would give her leg, she would give her arm. I think, what else she say? I want to say she came short of saying she would give her life for the Knicks to win the finals. There was some shit like that. I was like, now I kind of want them to get there just to lose. And then I want to see the video of how she feel. SGA, Luka, Joker, Harden, LeBron, Manu all went to the Vlade Divac flopping academy. You know what? Joker's flopping got worse this year. Like, I feel like it got ramped up. Harden, we know about Harden. That was pretty much his game. Get to the free throw line. LeBron, we know about him too. Manu, yeah. Skip Bayless need to shut the fuck up. This man needs to stop saying bullshit. Don't he have a lawsuit to be worrying about or something like that? Anyway, Tyreek's dad told the reporters tonight is ours. That's cool if they win tonight. They can celebrate that shit. But other than that, they getting their ass beat. Kyler shouldn't have choked. Lastly, the player you remember was Ron Artest. I know there's been more than that, at least in recent years, or someone more recent than that. At least like one. Like one or two outliers. Did the NBA would treat the Indiana Pacers as they are the Buffalo Bills? Kinda. Difference is with the Bills, they'll get the Bills fans' hopes up because was it 3 years in a row they've been talking about it was their year to win the Super Bowl? Maybe not. Okay, last year definitely. The year before that, I don't think so. No, I think they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they've been saying that shit for the Bills for a minute. Pacers ain't really on that same type of time where they really like this our year type shit. NBA, that's the Lakers. Lakers is the this is our year team. To a certain degree, the Knicks. They're Knicks fans. They kind of in the same boat, but really the Lakers is the face of this is our year when I think of the NBA. Honorable mention the Sixers. They do some shit in free agency to make you think they're gonna do good, and then they don't play half the games. Can we ban the Buffalo Bills? I'd be cool with that. I'd be really cool with that. They this Thunder's last good run for another 7 to 9 years. They still gonna make the playoffs and shit. Even if they win this year, they still gonna make the playoffs and shit. They just won't win it. I'd rather it be that way. If my favorite team was to win a championship, I'd be happy with them at least being in contention the next year, you know, versus just falling off a cliff and just being utter trash. Or slightly below 500. The only team in NYC that's gonna win a championship is the Liberty in the WNBA. That's sad. Yeah, I've seen that video before. That's crazy. They gotta be for Santa, bro. The niggas just try to give you some presents, man. Yo, here throwing shit at them. Can imagine if fuck Steven Jackson, Ron Artest, Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace played in today's game. Oh, Rasheed Wallace probably wouldn't finish the season with the number of texts he'd get. I remember he got one just for looking at a ref, which they do now. Actually, they do for less. You could probably sneeze after a layup and you'll probably fuck around and get a tech. Garnett, he probably get in a fight, get suspended. Ron Artest, oh, don't get me started on that one. Ron Artest, boy, he'd be suspended every year. Knicks fans in next level wild if they went to the finals. NYC returning to Gotham City. I can only imagine the videos people would make if they did make it to the finals and win it. Like, I've seen the Eagles fans climbing the telephone poles, the light poles and shit, flipping cars. That is crazy. Flipping cars over. Out of the team won, mind you. When the Eagles did this shit, their team won and they were working together. Some fans were working together, flipping a random person's car. What the hell kind of shit is that? There is nothing that damn exciting that's gonna make me flip a car. Nothing. I could win the lottery. It could be $2 billion. I'm not flipping a car with my friends and shit out of excitement. No. You're not from New York, too. Their fans have you on the edge of switching. Yeah, I think that as far as New York fans go, sports teams, Knicks fans are the only ones that kind of rub me the wrong way. Most Knicks fans, should I say, rub me the wrong way. That's it. Jets fans, I don't really know a lot. I mean, they're Jets fans. I'm just confused by that. Like, how are you still a fan of this sorry ass team? Giants fans, I know a couple. Blackbird, shout out Blackbird. They don't seem bad. But the Knicks fans, goddamn. And Buffalo Bills fans too, even though that's not New York City. Yeah. I swear if I see one more this is our year shit, I'ma lose it. They looking sad as Cowboy fans, if not worse. Say a whole tornado will have to wipe out OKC and Tornado Alley for them to win. Well, I don't know if any tornadoes hit, but they winning that shit this year. Unless it's some After Effects shit, but I hope not. NBA teams win their first championship. Cavs 2016, Raptors 2019. I sleep be forgetting about that Raptors team sometimes. Nuggets 2023 and Thunder 2025. They're spreading the wealth a little bit. So assuming, actually it don't even matter if Pacers and Thunder win. Who do you think the next first time winning NBA team gonna be? Who gonna win a championship next? That's new. I'm pretty sure Minnesota would be high on that list for a lot of people because Anthony Edwards. They got that MJ connection, which he's not the next MJ, but is he related to MJ in some way, like a son? Maybe, but he not gonna be the next MJ. Maybe it goes OT like the hockey game with the Oilers, but they was down two goals. I swear, watch a hockey make me want to play the video game. Them games be fun as hell. SGA gonna want top dollars off season, as he should. Oh, speaking of players getting paid, Jamal Murray, I remember when he got paid going into this season. That was really the start of the downfall for the Nuggets, for real, when you think about it. Because they managed to keep all them pieces together and shit, and when you had to start paying niggas, you see what happened. And then you fire a coach for no reason, too. And Mike Malone. Pays only getting a push because of the Caitlin Clark effect. Nah, it's a little bit more than that, man. So, with the two faces of both teams, SGA and Tyrese Halliburton, SGA, they've been really pushing him a lot to the basketball fans. Whether you like his game or not, that's who they really been pushing. They've been slick about how they've been pushing Halliburton, because they push him to like casuals and shit who you don't know if they really watch the NBA or not. So it ain't just a Caitlin Clark thing. Halliburton, like I said before, they had this man at the Royal Rumble, gave him a little pointless segment to get a cheer from the crowd because it was in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium. He's a DLC playable character in the new WWE game, a basketball player. So this nigga's in two 2K games, the basketball game and the wrestling game. I think Brunson's part of that DLC too, but that's besides the point. Nick sucked. But yeah, they've been pushing Brunson to the casuals. I think they interviewed him on Monday Night Raw a couple weeks ago. Really pointless interview for real when you think about it. But they pushing Halliburton in certain ways, so it's not just Caitlin Clark. Liberty undefeated right now. W plays defense, believe it or not. Angel Reese is her own defender. You guess the Thunder got their investments worth with all those draft picks they collect. Yeah. Sam Presti looking like the smartest nigga in the NBA. After this shit, if they win, assuming they do, Sam Presti gonna look like a goddamn genius. He gonna look like what Daryl Morey looked like a couple years ago, what people thought Daryl Morey was. So they realize that analytics shit don't work. Hell yeah, you would. Actually, every player that was listed was a stack. Sheed, who else? KG was on that list. I forgot who else was on that list. Ron Artest. All of them would destroy in this league now. So once Thunder win the NBA title, they need to build a new stadium arena. Yeah, how old is that stadium? Or arena, should I say? KG would taunt the players in game, and the NBA will find them like no tomorrow. Trash ass nigga. Fine. You're gonna find his ass. Thunder up about 12, 57, 45 at halftime. What up, Big Stank? That's a crazy name. Like WNBA and all, but looking at the amount of championships won in different sports for teams in NYC, having the liberty to win a championship for that city is sad. I can't say I watched the WNBA, but that is wild. One of them soccer teams didn't win shit. Because I don't really watch the MLS like that. Did the Red Bulls or the NYCFC, whatever the fuck they called, have they not won a championship in the last few years? I swear they soccer teams were solid. It'll be funny when they get that first loss, though. The Cowboys, if they beat the Eagles, it's gonna be funny then. T-Wolves, first team you got 1-1. Hold on one second. The Pelicans, hell no. I don't think so, bro. The Pelicans, They've been through a lot. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of their star players always go through some bullshit or get done wrong in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think it's the Pelicans. I don't know anybody that really fuck with the Pelicans like that. Clippers, if they get their shit straightened out, I don't know. I still look at them like the little brother. Like the Chargers, they play in a new arena or new stadium. It ain't really theirs. They share it. But I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. Same shit with the Clippers. But it would be suiting at some point if they put a banner up there besides just retired jerseys and division banners. That's it. Okay, see, when Thunder fans definitely forgetting about KD. KD's legacy is weak. That's crazy as hell. They don't claim OKC Golden State fans tired of him. Honestly, the thing about KD, that's more of a recency bias thing. We really judging him on his last couple years with the Nets and the Suns, and that's where that shit coming from. But no, KD is the greatest OKC Thunder player they've ever had. I don't give a fuck. Some people say Westbrook and shit. No, it's KD. Niggas being hard-headed. That's all that is. T-Wolves, they don't win it by year 7. They're RP to the Edwards is MJ's son talk. So you want to send me some of your clothing brands? Interesting. Email me, man. Where's my shit at? Let me find that. There we go. Yeah. Email me. Email me about it. That's what I'm trying to say. Michael Porter Jr. got rid of half his family. Yeah, you're right. Allegedly, of course. I think the Spurs and Wemby gonna win. Oh, for sure. They not the first time winner, but yeah, for sure. And it suits their international player agenda too, because he the Frenchman, and he was featured heavy in the Olympics. Larry Bird push what? So they both from Iowa. Halliburton, yeah, he is from Iowa. That's right. He played at Iowa State, and we know Caitlin Clark played at Iowa. Got the court named after her and shit. They bringing it back to Seattle. It's been a minute, and a lot of people been saying this for a while. They need to bring back basketball to Seattle, but they're getting a team soon. Them and Las Vegas are the next two expansion places. And I've heard some people say, I don't know where the fuck they got this shit from, that the Mavericks gonna move to Vegas. Why the fuck would you leave Dallas to go to Vegas when you could just put an expansion team there? Look what the NHL did. Like, I don't know where the fuck niggas getting this shit from, but yeah, Dallas ain't leaving to go to Vegas. They just gonna make an expansion team, have 32 like the NFL. Ben Wallace would go full reckless in this area. He would be good, but I don't think he would be as good because you got to remember they spacing shit out now. In the paint, if niggas try to go in the paint, oh, you already know that shit getting smacked. Think Dallas will win with Cooper Flag? Maybe. At the same arena where they moved the Hornets to, that when they was the NOKC, was it? Yeah, the NOK or whatever it was, Hornets. New Orleans, Oklahoma City Thunder. Let me see. So I think at that time it was called the Ford Center. Okay, see. Yeah, now obviously Paycom Center. Yeah, it was originally the Ford Center. How old is this thing? Damn. That shit is old. 2002. Yeah, they do. They are due for a new arena soon. I don't know if they've announced, but they do. NBA not even believable anymore. Pacers in the finals. This is the weirdest finals though, as far as matchups go. I thought Suns and Bucks just sounded crazy. Nah, Thunder Pacers sounds insane. Yeah, I think Bronze is the only Pelicans fan for real. I don't know anybody else. I've never seen anyone watching a Pelicans game out of free will, unless it was nationally televised. Like I said, they pushing SGA as the new Kobe. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far because we done been through this shit numerous times. Where they tried it with Devin Booker, Tatum. I wouldn't really say SGA to that degree. Where they try to do the little Kobe shit. There's no one who is gonna be the new Kobe. Kobe's Kobe. There's that. Like MJ's MJ. There's no new MJ. Even if Edwards or Butler was his sons, there's no new MJ. There's no new shit. There ain't no new LeBron. Even if Bronny, Bryce, whoever, they are who they are. So there'll never be another new Kobe or anything, no matter how hard they push. OKC was in Seattle, yeah. Yeah, KD was drafted by the Supersonics, yeah, before they moved. Last and only championship was in 79. This is the 79th NBA season. I haven't heard about the Hornets relocating to Vegas. But at this point, just have expansion teams. Just keep it simple. Expand to 32. That means Charlotte's a booming city, even though the team is trash. Charlotte's a booming city. I just keep them there. I mean, hell, they left before and came back as an expansion team as the Bobcats. And they ended up changing their name to the Hornets because Bobcats just sound crazy as hell and sound stupid, really. I can't take a team seriously called the Bobcats. Actually, the first time I saw the Bobcats in a video game as a kid, I think it was Backyard Basketball. Because they didn't have it on NBA Live yet. Or 2K for that matter. Actually, no, 2K might have had it. I think 2K did. But anyway, the first time I saw it was on the Backyard Basketball game. When I saw the Charlotte Bobcats, I was like, this got to be one of them extra teams they threw in the game. Like one of the made up ass generic teams. I had to Google that shit. I was like, damn, that's a real team, huh? And they ain't really do shit either. You like to hear the Las Vegas Thunder, it sounds way better. Las Vegas Thunder. Yeah, it got a decent ring to it. I forgot what they said they was gonna call them because I think they had already said. Because actually the best Vegas name for real is Las Vegas Aces. It makes the most sense. Golden Knights is just too wordy. It just sounds too try hard. But yeah, Las Vegas Aces, yeah. Boom. Perfect. Can't do no better than that. Unless they go with like the Blackjacks, maybe. But even then, that's a stretch. The Seattle Pelican. Nah. Supersonics. Gotta get some alliteration in there. So one more government spreading false news. That's why people thought Dallas Mavericks would leave. No, that's just dumbasses overthinking shit. I don't know who the fuck actually. I really don't know. I wouldn't go that far and say that was just some false narrative. That's just dumbasses just overthinking shit. It's like when people thought Aaron Rodgers was gonna go to the Vikings when all the signs was clear he wasn't. Like they drafted their guy a year in advance and had the ginger dude, Sam Darnold, as the quarterback that first year. But no, Aaron Rodgers going to the Vikings. I'm like, nigga, no, he not. For what? Is the Nuggets and Heat still the worst NBA finals within the last 4 years? Nah, I forgot the one I just said. Maybe the bubble. Yeah, I think I said the bubble. Because you really it can't get no worse than no fans. Like, even if you had, say, the Hornets, and I'm trying to think of the Jazz, the Hornets and the Jazz in the finals, That would be better than the two best teams in the bubble with no fans off rip. Still be trash, but that you need that energy, that noise, not just that fake ass crowd noise when you clearly don't see anybody. The finals for sure been getting weirder and weirder. Next thing you know, the NBA got to bring back a Lakers Celtics. We're due for one at some point. I don't think we're gonna get one in the LeBron era of the Lakers, but in the Luka era, I bet we get one. The 2020 bubble wasn't a fluke, and we proved it. But people like to hate on the Miami Heat ever since Bron joined. I don't hate on the Heat. It's just the whole concept of the bubble was dumb as fuck. It don't matter who went to the finals. That shit was stupid. Did they bring it back to green? Didn't they already have those? Because it's hard to keep up with all the new jerseys and shit that they do. But did they not already have that? Because I know during the 06 Dirk era around there, they brought out, I think, that alternate one with the blue. It was like the blue outline with the white letters that said Mavs and had like the unique, I guess, futuristic font for the time period. And they had another one. I think it was like one of them City Edition throwbacks where they had them green. But hey, I did like them green jerseys. That's my favorite color anyways, green. But yeah, that would be cool. If they, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but yeah, I would like to see those. Too small. Yeah, you did call that. I know somebody did. Yes, I still do. Clippers at SGA in 2018. Yep. NBA Level 4 has the Bobcats. I don't think did I have NBA Level 4? I don't remember. I don't think I had 04. I know I played. I don't think I had it. I want to say the first non-backyard basketball type game that I saw, I think, was NBA 2K5. Yeah, I think it was 2K5. That was the one that had Ben Wallace on the cover. I think Anthony Edwards and Michael Jordan are clones, with Jimmy being MJ's son. I don't think that's his clone. Anthony Edwards, I don't think that's MJ's clone. I would believe, though, that could be his son. They just trying to hide that shit and play it off. Like the Nate Thurman, LeBron James thing. Pistons versus Bobcat was the first NBA game you've ever been to. That is a weird matchup. Reading that is such an odd matchup to just read out loud. Game was played in South Carolina. Wait, so they didn't have like an arena? Or it was under construction or something? Was it a preseason game? Like, I'm confused. Because it had to have been a preseason game or something. Hit Thunder in Vegas, kind of wild. OKC got crazy thunders. They really do. Tornado Alley. Like Jackson be too hard. They're going to go on strike for that. The 2020 NBA Finals was a test to see how the fans respond to an artificial audience, and we see where it's going next. Yeah, the artificial audience, to that degree, nah, that shit ain't cool. I know they've done that in movies and things like that with futuristic things, but nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. Especially if you're gonna pipe in fake noise. Like, if you want to do this full virtual fan thing, at least do it in a way where it enhances the overall presentation. Don't just pipe in noise like we had a regular football or basketball game. You didn't know Bobcats was an animal? Wait, what? Nah, you bullshit. Ain't no way. I ain't even trying to be mean, but like, what? Nah, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Thought their nickname was named after Bob Johnson used to own BET. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. I thought before I finished that, I thought you was gonna talk about like the damn, what they call that shit in construction, like the Bobcat, like in construction, that type of Bobcat is what I thought at first, but damn, I ain't know that. Yep, another humiliation ritual. Charles Barkley called 2020 bubble a AAU tournament, which it was. Said the 2020 bubble was for pure hoopers who don't need distraction. Well, from what I heard about Jimmy Butler, it sounded like he was pretty preoccupied. He wasn't the only one, Luke Will. So I wouldn't say that. The bubble was trash. There's no way around it. That shit was trash. It was a glorified scrimmage. There was nothing redeemable about the bubble. I never want them to bring the bubble back, even if for some crazy reason some shit like that happens again, which I hope it doesn't, to the world. Don't ever bring back the fucking bubble. Just let them not play. Just play reruns of other games. That's how bad the bubble was. Thought this finals was gonna be in relation to Jerry Rush passing was so wrong. Oh yeah, he did pass. That's right. His was tied to the Lakers winning that in-season thing. So you missed the Kobe ritual. Basically, it's been 24 seasons since the Pacers made the finals. Last time they made the finals, they played the Lakers, who obviously had Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Someone mentioned SGA was drafted by the Hornets, just like Kobe. Ended up playing for the Clippers, unlike the Lakers. And ironically, ended up playing with Chris Paul. Pause. And we know Kobe Bryant never got to do that because of the whole trade being nixed. And someone mentioned earlier that they were trying to push SGA as Kobe, as the new Kobe, should I say. All right, bro. I know you trolling at this point. I'm not even gonna answer that shit. NBA Live 04 was a beast of a game, and ESPN NBA 2K6. 2K6 was fun. 2K9 was the one that got me hooked though. 2K9 was that one with KG on the cover. That was the one. 2K5 was the shit too, but 2K9, that was that one. Charlotte traded Kobe and SGA to two LA teams. You only wanted them to put the bubble setting on 2K. Yeah, like that's fine in 2K. Like you see the course now in 2K, they got spaceships and shit, rocket ships. There'd be like a whole mural on there. You could barely see the 3-point line. You can barely see the key. Niggas be hooping on that shit, running fives, full court. Of course, be eyesores. They be worse than the in-season tournament shit. It was around the first. Oh, when the Bobcats just got. I got you. I was about to say. Ain't no way you didn't know a Bobcat was an animal, dog. Ain't no way. You talking about the play? I wasn't really missing shit from the play either. The politics, we all know that shit was trash. Especially how the hell you gonna talk about we gonna boycott and then we gonna be back 2 days later playing like shit ain't happened. Like, and that's where they fucked up too. The NBA, as far as losing fans, they weren't the only one in the MLB because they had the BLM because MLB BLM backwards. What you know what I'm saying? They put on the mount. NFL with all the different things they put on the end zone, and now what they pushing now with the Skittles stuff. I'm gonna call it that from now. And the Skittles stuff. People was tired of that shit. In the NBA, unlike some of the other ones where they try to go the opposite direction, NBA want to lean farther into the shit to the point of no return for real. Paul George rig finals. Never thought you would see it. I don't think anybody thought they would see that shit. It's crazy how many teams you could think of that you could mix and match and get that shit. You could technically get the, I guess he plays for them now, but the Sixers and the Clippers, that's never gonna happen. OKC, Indiana. Who else did he play? I feel like I'm forgetting team. Nah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I think Kobe might have a son out there born in the early 2000s. Shit, maybe. I don't know. I don't stalk that nigga. I don't know. Maybe. Let us find out there's an NBA player named, let me see, Brian. I don't want to say Kobe. What can I use with those words? Brian Beck. I don't know. Brian Beck or some shit that happens to look like Kobe and he ain't have a father growing up. And then it's gonna make people wonder, like, hold on, is this nigga related to Kobe? Is this Kobe's son? What's going on? What Vanessa not telling us? Which Duncan back in the 2000s era would dominate players today with posterization. Jay Rich was solid. Gerald Green was still one of my favorite, even though it's really more like 2010s. Gerald Green, and can't nobody fuck with Vince Carter. Like prime Vince Carter now, nigga, the highlights would be insane. Especially because you can barely touch niggas in the lane, and he just take flight, nigga. He said the storyline of Jimmy and Rachel niggas was that entertaining part of the bubble, at least. The interview where you see Jimmy's face, bro. Like he had that look, bro. You could just tell, like, yeah, that nigga hit for sure. It's like, come on, bro. That is kind of a funny dynamic, though. You get interviewed by someone you slept with. Yes, he would. He absolutely would. That's the thing, because people watch sports to get away from politics. Ironically, they tied together like DNA, so you can't really get away from it. It was just they put it. It used to be a little bit less subtle how they would do it, but then they just throw it in your damn face. That's the problem. What's good? I seen the Carolina Panthers conspiracy. No, what's that? Panthers open up against the Jags. They go to the Super Bowl. And Ohio State wins the title. They always go to the Super. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to break this one down a little bit. So the Panthers open the season against the Jags. They go to the Super Bowl. And Ohio State wins the title. They always go to the Super Bowl. Panthers, that is. They've only been to 2, so I don't know what this always shit is. 2015, and now Panthers open up against the Jags. They not finna do shit. They're not gonna be bad, you know. They could maybe sneak into the playoffs, but no. It would be ironic as hell though, because that's the last place they played is Levi Stadium, where the Super Bowl is this year, and that was 10 years ago. But I don't think so. I do not think so. Bryce Young, like I rock with Bryce Young and shit. He not a bust, but nah. They not there yet. That is a crazy connection, though. That is such a crazy ass connection, though. Because yeah, the first one was Maurice Clarett, that Ohio State Buckeyes team that beat Miami back when they was running shit. Not just the bubble, like everything you saw on TV at that point. But Kobe got a nephew that played basketball. Who was nephew? Like in the league, or he on his way up? .13 game, 3 minutes 44 seconds left in the third. OKC up. I slick forgot they were playing for me. I ain't gonna lie. It'd been wild if we had a Knicks Finals Carmelo Anthony ritual. Anthony ducked in the Hall of Fame. Also, the incident with the other Carmelo Anthony with a K. That would be the most polar opposite fans. Knicks fans and then Nuggets fans. That's such a weird contrast. Actually, not the biggest contrast, be like Memphis and it's impossible to meet in the finals because they both in the West. But like Memphis and Utah, literally just two polar opposites. Said that'd be awkward having an interview with someone you slept with. That's like with the co-worker. The co-worker thing, depending if it's like corporate, then it can get like really awkward and shit. If it's something like the food industry where it's really common, or like hotel industry stuff like that, since it's so normal, it don't feel as awkward. It really don't. But corporate, yeah, you gotta play a little different. How that shit go? So my thoughts on the new Magic jerseys. I like them. Bringing back that 90s style with the pinstripe. I like them. Logo looks clean. It's like a modern, updated look. I like it. I've always liked their colors, like that black, that silver, and that blue. That shit fresh. I don't think he was trying to hide it, bro. He just like thinking about it, just laughing to himself. Steel's getting Aaron Rodgers, like finally getting your high school crush when she's 40 with 6 kids. Oh man. I'm really curious how he does. I don't expect much. But I think it's gonna be the same thing we saw with Russell Wilson. J-Lo divorces Chris Judd, 2003 Panthers Super Bowl. J-Lo divorces Mark Anthony, 2015. J-Lo divorces Ben Affleck. And open against the Jags once again is really crazy. That would be a crazy step though if they went from the gutter 2 years ago to kind of the gutter the first half of the year. No, really the gutter the first half of the year. And then, oh shit, this team can hang with niggas and shit. They can hang with teams. To Super Bowl. But I do think they can definitely make a lot more noise than they did last year and the year before that for sure. Like Carolina ain't gonna be just a complete pushover. I heard about that too. She got another one supposedly. Getting a noise complaint. Corporate, oh yeah, that's hella awkward. Especially if you factor in gossiping and corporate shit. Oh hell yeah. Which is a guarantee it's gonna happen. Even if you don't say shit. These NBA finals get this decade to you as a tribute to the 70s. Yeah, so normal, one of your coworkers. What? Nah, that's wild, man. That's wild. So now the Magic brought back that 90s swag, hopefully the Pistons and other teams bring back their old logos. Tie these dull ones. All right, let me unpack this a little bit. The Pistons, which logo? Because the one they got now is pretty much just a modern version of the old one, unless you talking about the teal 90s era, which I honestly do not care for. The logo was tough, but the jerseys were ugly as fuck. Yeah, I said it. Them teal Piston jerseys were ugly as shit. The red ones, I'll let that shit fly. But that teal shit was ugly. That's real. There was a lot of 90s jerseys that they give passes to for nostalgia, quote unquote, that were ugly as fuck. Them Cavs jerseys when they had that blue, black with like the logo was like a upside down C or some shit going into the basket. That shit was ugly as fuck. The Sean Kemp era, that shit was ugly. Trash. Never bring that shit back. Even for like the little city edition jersey, never bring that ugly ass shit back. The Bucks at one point, they had some ugly ass shit too when they had that red and green shit. Michael Red era, that shit was trash. What they got now, that's decent. But back then, God, that shit was ugly. But a lot of these logos now, they trying to do this the button logo, kind of like baseball does and like soccer. Because I guess it's easier to put on hats and shirts and shit. Just put circle, stitch it, and do all that. Boom, there you go. I think that's a lot of reason why it's just simpler, easier to put places. Not putting the futures bet on the Panthers or Jags. I damn sure wouldn't touch the Jags. What's up, GGB Chronicles in the building? They said Rob Pelinka the one that got Vanessa pregnant allegedly. Hey, that's some foul shit if it's true. Oh, 11-point game. Do I think USC will be good at football, Belichick, or is it just publicity stunt, Bill Belichick and UNC football? I don't think they're going to light the world on fire out the gate, but eventually they will. It'll be kind of like Colorado, where that first, well, they had high expectations out the gate, believe it or not. When people got these high expectations, and then they might make you think so the first couple weeks, steal a win that first week, a high emotional win, and just be shit and be trash the rest of the year, and then you kind of count them out, and then they gotta turn the doubters wrong or whatever, prove the doubters wrong. I mean, it's the ACC, so they have a high chance of having success. Ready for Money in the Stank? Yeah, I'm gonna be watching it. I don't really care for the men's Money in the Bank as much, because they got some people in there that really shouldn't even be in there, like El Grande Americano. There we go. EGA shouldn't be in there. It should have been Punk, maybe even Sami Zayn, but hell no. Because Chad doing the double, he had Worlds Collide too. I think Vaquera, she doing the same shit too. She had Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. But a lot of the booking is trash. And I gotta make a video about that tomorrow. A lot of the booking for that shit is trash. And why the hell is John Cena in a tag match? My bad. Why is John Cena and Jey Uso both champions in a tag team match? That's stupid. That's so fucking stupid. That's what I thought. Pistons logo right now is their old logo. I thought so. Toronto, them perps, yeah, them shits was hard. I like they modern shit too with the red and the black, but yeah, Toronto has some fresh ones, but the Cavs was ugly. The Pistons was ugly. Who else has some ugly ass shit back then? Damn, I just thought of the team. I forgot. The Nuggets shit was kind of ugly back in the 90s too, like that Mutombo era. When they, I guess it's kind of similar to the colors they got now, but it's like that old gold with the navy. That shit honestly was ugly to me. I think the logo had red in it and shit. I ain't like that. I like the mellow era Nuggets colors the best though, easily. Especially that cursive script with the gold nuggets and cursive. When AI was playing that, bro, that shit was fresh as hell. Do I think they're gonna be good this year? Will they choke to the Bills finally? I would love to see them niggas lose and not make the playoffs. But I don't think so. They're gonna end up in the playoffs, but they're gonna go outside. I think this is gonna happen. But I really would like to see them just not in the playoffs at all. The old Bucks jersey was just Christmas theme. That's a nice way to put it. But nah, them shits was ugly. Jet Washington is Kobe's nephew. Kings black 50-50 color jersey. That shit was fresh. There were some that definitely, you know, did good, but others I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like the Suns old school where they had the sun going across the jersey with the, you know, the basketball Suns and shit. That was cool. Clipper shit was a little too basic. I guess it was kind of the Lakers, but with the red, white, and the blue. Still wasn't crazy over it. The Nets, I never really liked that light teal, gray, whatever. I never liked that shit. That shit was ugly as hell to me. The court kind of looked cool with the little net pattern outside of the key, but other than that, no, that was not it. Chiefs need to lose in the early rounds and not make it at all. I'd love to see them just miss it though. You'll care for the women's Money in Bank because you want Naomi to get it. I would love to see Naomi to win that shit. I don't think they're gonna do it because just looking at how they've been booking black wrestlers and shit, and how they've been releasing niggas who shouldn't be released. R-Truth. I don't believe they'll do it. I really don't. I hope they do. I really hope I'm wrong, but I feel like they're gonna do some bullshit and she not gonna win it. It's probably due to interference from Jade or maybe Bianca, who knows. But the triple nose era, Triple K. Raptors military jersey, top tier trash. I find that ironic though. Like the international team, but was it for the US military or Canadian? That's a serious question. I remember seeing it and I just want to know. Because if it's for the US, I just think it's kind of weird. Don't make sense. Oh, the Wizards. 90s Wizards, I really don't care for the blue. I know a lot of people do like that blue and that gold that they had with the, I don't know the font, but that Wizards font, whatever the fuck you want to call it, during the Arenas era, I really didn't care for those. For whatever reason, I like the red, white, and blue when they was the Bullets, and I don't know, jersey now kind of ugly, but the color scheme, I do like that red, white, and blue because it's DC. It makes sense. The Big Hawk jersey, hell yeah, I know about that shit. Jazz has some fire ones. I slick think for real. I know some people like the Vancouver Grizzlies jerseys and stuff. There's some things that are good with it. The colors, that's where the bad is. Like the idea behind the jersey, great. I like it. From like the design and the detail and thought to put bear claws, claw marks and shit, that's cool. But the teal and the red, nah. And especially when they went to move to Memphis with the blacks. Damn, that sounds crazy. Damn, bro. Uncle Ruckus moment. When they moved to Memphis with the black jerseys and the teal under, like when Pau Gasol was there. Them shits was basically so ugly. But the blacks is crazy. Turquoise and gold. Ugh. Sixers black jerseys. They was nice. The best one was that blue one though. That blue jersey from that era. The blue 3 AI jersey. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That was the best one. And then don't get me started on the half and half where it was half white with part of the 3 being black and the half black with part of the other half of the 3 was white. That shit was fresh. Should they rock those now? I don't know. I don't like Embiid. I don't need a reason to cheer for that nigga. Hear about Stephon Diddy Dick? Yeah. I did. I'm surprised they didn't blur out the two. I don't know how to pronounce it. Tusi. How you pronounce that shit? Tusi. Blur it out on the camera, on the video. Cause that man was like, here you go. He was treating that shit like how Ja Morant was treating a gun on camera. Just like, you see this right here. They just passing it around and everything. This nigga Blackbird funny. Found out the Pacers owner was friends with Jerry West. Go figure. Yeah, we definitely not cousins, Blackbird. We definitely not cousins, man. Hell no. I got cousins that are Bama fans, but he damn sure ain't one of them. Kawhi Leonard went to the Raptors and won a championship, then joined the sad ass Clippers for some reason. Yeah, he got paid. That's why he got to live in LA. Even though living in Toronto, he would have got to eat for free for life. I think they were giving him the key to the city. Every restaurant he went to, he would never have to pay. Weather-wise, sure, LA would be more preferable to live in. He's from California, so it makes sense like that, closer to family. But nigga, free food for life is kind of hard to say no to. Even if you were a millionaire in the NBA, like, nigga, that's free food we talking about. Anywhere. He not trying to, well, he obviously ain't gonna win one with the Patriots. They done winning rings. And I slick forgot he even played for the Patriots, to be honest, until that video came. I was like, when the hell he went to the Patriots? But now we get to see, Josh Allen 2 times a year if he healthy. It's funny, they kind of married at the hip now when you think about it. He went to Houston. Houston ended up playing Buffalo. They made a big deal about the dap up when the look away. And it is clear they don't fuck with each other. And then guess what? This year's the same shit. They gonna see each other 2 times a year, so they get to talk about Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. How the Cowboys divas hold up. They gonna probably have a locker room fight with the niggas they got on the team now. I think it was a red Memphis jersey in cursive. I know what you talking about. There was a ABA. Yeah, that shit. I guess ABA. I guess I give it a pass. It's like the Hawks with the blue and the green. It's like I guess I give it a pass. Not the craziest. I mean, ABA is a different time, man. It was different. They be running from Toronto after a couple of years. They really do. I don't think they was getting offered free food for life though. From any restaurant, like nigga, any restaurant, bro, in a big ass city, any restaurant I choose. Hell yeah, I'm gonna stay in Toronto. It's not like you can't travel and go somewhere else. I think Giannis coming to the Heat. I don't know where he gonna go. I know they always try to tie him to the Lakers and shit, but they do that just about every free agent. That'd be super weird though, but I don't know where he gonna go. Oh yeah, TKO and Triple H has messed up WWE. Now you honestly enjoy watching NXT more. That's what a lot of people say. Then the main roster of WWE become boring. Yeah, Monday Night Raw, 13-point game still, 89-76. OKC up, if I ain't say that. But yeah, Monday Night Raw is copy and paste. 2 weeks in a row, really more than that, but the last 2 weeks has literally been the same setup. Open a promo, first match probably women's match, second one of them luchador niggas, or El Grande Americano, or Gable, or whoever the fuck. Another women's match, War Raiders versus Judgment Day for the 1,000th time. We didn't ask for this shit. No one cares about either of them. No one really cares about the War Raiders for real. I can't stand them. It's the same shit. And then it ends with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and they off-brand Evolution standing over people. It's so trash. It's so trash. I didn't even realize this. There's only 2 black wrestlers on the Raw brand. Unless I'm forgetting somebody, and I'm not counting them Samoans. The only 2 are the New Day, which is crazy to think, out of the entire Raw roster. So the Carter 6 dropping tomorrow. They make it too easy. So the Carter 6 gonna be one big run on sentence. Well, I think this. Oh shit! I'm reading the wrong one. It can't get with you can't get with the Hawks being in blue. Not just the Hawks, but all the Atlanta teams. Atlanta's known for being red. Yeah, they're red and black. Falcons, Hawks now, or most of the time the Hawks. You know what? The Braves, they're not really red and black. They red and navy. I always thought if they went red and black, that shit would be fresh though. They play around with the colors a little bit, throwing some old gold or some shit, like the shiny kind of gold. I guess I don't know what the fuck that's called, but the shiny gold. That would be pretty cool. Thrashers, they used to have blue and like orange and light. I think it was light blue or some shit. But they know niggas don't like hockey like that, even though it is an exciting sport to watch. But I think the Steelers will win another Super Bowl. No, I'm just stopped since there. No, they capped at 6. Carmelo Hayes, he on SmackDown. He ain't on Raw, and he getting booked like shit too. Ever since he been brought up, he been booked like shit. And if the Miz get let go, it's only gonna get worse. He gonna be losing to Aleister Black for the 1,000th time. Yeah, Georgia, they got Brady Black too. Speaking of Georgia teams. Now that's cap as hell, Blackbird. You know that. Cap as hell. So Wayne not washed because he be having some nice features. He like the Bryson Tiller rap now. Nah, I'm gonna see how to word this. When I say a rapper fell off, because I know this should get thrown around a lot. Some people say it from a relevancy standpoint. Oh, I ain't heard an album from so and so in 3 years. They fell off. No, they probably got shelved. But most people don't understand the music, how the music industry works with artists and how they fuck them over and shit. They just a consumer. They just know they like music. They want to hear some shit. Lil Wayne, no, the quality of his shit fell off a long time ago. Like I said, Lil Wayne fell off around Carter, after Carter 3, and he started doing that rock shit. Lil Wayne slowly started to fall off. It wasn't like he just fell off a cliff and he couldn't get back. It was, yeah, he ain't what he used to be. He ain't in his prime no more. But Wayne now, I have no interest in listening to new Lil Wayne now, even if he can still rap, which he obviously can, but I'm cool on that. I don't need. There's plenty of Lil Wayne stuff out there I can listen to. I don't need to listen to that nigga new shit. It's like Kanye. I ain't listening to none of Kanye's shit. None of his new shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that new shit. It's like New York teams are known to be in blue. Mets, Yankees, Islanders, Rangers, both soccer teams. Knicks, if I ain't say that. Giants, Jets were the outlier. Shit, the Sabres, even though they're not New York City, blue. Bills, still not, New York City, blue. Shit, Syracuse, that's not even New York City, blue. So, depending on the jersey day, but that's crazy. Bateman got expended, okay. That's what's up. Better stay healthy, motherfucker. So Wayne is garbage. He ain't garbage, but he definitely fell off. Say Drake took over Carter after Carter 3. So 08. I wouldn't say Drake fully took over, but he came onto the scene around that time. But he ain't fully take over. Well, I think Cena will keep the title all year till WrestleMania next year. Nah, from what I heard, the end of the year he's done. The end of the, I think the calendar year, if I'm correct. I might be wrong with that, but I don't think so. I think he gonna end up dropping it to somebody, but it's gonna be somebody significant. Should be. WWE booking so ass, they could do some bullshit for real. And at this point, it wouldn't even shock me. Like, trying to think of somebody they'd really do some stupid shit with. Like, put it on a nigga like, I don't know, not LA Knight. I don't even know who. They might put it back on Cody Rhodes for real. Or like they put on JC Fatass or whatever from New Bloodline. Some bullshit like that. But no, in all seriousness, cause I see him losing at SummerSlam. If they smart, that's what they should do, and then turn on babyface shortly after or something like that. His heel turn probably won't last long. It's because fans still like him. They still get cheers, even when he's the heel. They still sing to a song. They change the words a little bit to John Cena. Sucks, but he's still gonna get cheers. He got cheered more than Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and he the heel. They was cheering for him as he was walking up that long ass ramp, and you could see, like, even though he tried to be like serious and shit, he ain't a heel like that. The heel turn itself was good. Everything following up was just terrible. Think after Dedication 5, you stop rocking with him heavy. Oh, that's funny. No, that's really funny. Steelers haven't won a playoff game since Obama was president. Damn. Oh, let's not forget they lost to the Cleveland Browns and the Jaguars in the playoffs. How many teams can really say that shit? I won't disagree with that. Yay beat selection still does hit. It's the when the lyrics come into play with Kanye, it's like, here come the bullshit. It could be the greatest sampled intro ever, and then Kanye will do some stupid shit on it. At least Kanye now. Said don't give it to home. He not even Homelander Rhodes yet. That's the problem. He need to be Homelander Rhodes. See, that's why he be stating dumb shit. That's how you gotta stay relevant too, because you know if he just states some shit, people gonna talk about it off rip because it's Kanye. Can't listen to Drake. That was before the beef fool said whoop me like an American slave. I remember that. I never was really too crazy over Drake. I ain't gonna act like he didn't have good songs or don't have good songs in his catalog, but I never really saw that the crazy appeal. Like niggas act like he was the greatest thing ever. Like, no, he's not. He made bitch nigga music. Like, I can't listen to a nigga talk about just simping over women that damn long consistently. Still a 12-point game, 94-82. OKC Thunder. But yeah, like I said, Drake makes bitch nigga music. Oh, it was Blake Bortles. Damn. Shit, talk about the last quarterback you should be losing to. And that Jags team almost made it to the Super Bowl because they ended up losing to the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. That's when Jalen Ramsey had that tweet about they had to throw the game in the second half. That was deleted 15 minutes later. Steelers are going to be stuck at 6. Super Bowl Max makes you worry about the Tar Heels, and basketball stuck at 6. I wouldn't be as worried in basketball because teams surpass that shit. But NFL is a little different. College basketball, they always got to have their blue bloods. Like they old reliable, like Kansas. They might go a few years. Okay. They might make a game out this shit. Yeah, 11-point game. We'll see though. But anyway, they might go a few years without winning a championship. Same with North Carolina, but they'll find their way back there. Kentucky for the longest time was like that. Then they found their way back there. Before it was vacated, Louisville was another team like that with Rick Pitino. So I wouldn't be too worried. Said Drake sounds like Prince rapping. I've never heard that comparison before, and I can't unhear it. I think the biggest thing for me was just he was just mega simping on the songs. I think that's what it was. Like, some people can get away with that shit if they can really sing, like sing for like Music Soul Child can get away with that shit. Drake can't sing like that on his best day, so it don't hit the same way. And I'm kind of meh Mike Lenz on the rapping part. Not saying he can't rap, but I don't know. It's when I listen to him versus some other artists, it just feels like I'm listening to a. Trying to think. It's like if you got a burger from two different restaurants, and one happened to be McDonald's and the other happened to be like a mom and pop shop where they was, or a food truck. I'm gonna use a food truck where they making that shit right then, right there. That shit is fresh. That shit is hitting. Fries is good. And then over here you get McDonald's with the fries and the burger. That's why I look at Drake as the McDonald's. Yeah, they basically traded. Damn, they really did trade quarterbacks. Both Pittsburgh quarterbacks from last year went to New York, and the New York quarterback went to Pittsburgh, and they finna get the same results. All them teams finna get the same results. Maybe except the Giants whenever they start putting in Jackson Dart or Jameis Winston or whoever. But the Jets still gonna be ass. Steelers still gonna be 9-8. That's all that is. They just got different shit to talk about. The Big Ben, he was Washington, but still y'all niggas lost to the Jags and the Browns. I don't care. I don't give a fuck who your quarterback is. You shouldn't be doing that. It was said the Celtics was gonna be stuck at 17 titles. Now they got 18, obviously. That changed last year. NFL though, we talking about teams with 6. NFL is a little bit different. And there's many other teams that could repeat and win that don't have 6 or even 5 for that matter. So they got a little bit more room to play around with. Like, I don't believe the Patriots will ever win another Super Bowl. I don't think they're gonna win another one. Same with the Steelers. Steelers Jets play week 1 a mid-ass game. It's gonna have enough shit the media can talk about, but that game gonna be mid as fuck. Say Dart's a one-read quarterback. I hope I'm gonna say Sam. I hope Jackson Dart has a great time in his first year with the Giants just to spite you. But all the other quarterbacks on the roster lose games, except for Jameis. He can win half of them. Like every game Russell Wilson starts, I hope the Giants lose that shit badly. Jameis, if they lose, they better be close. And he better have like 500 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, and 5 picks. But if Jackson playing, nigga, ball out. Ball out. I might start picking the Giants on the Pick'em show. But as long as Russ starting, y'all taking L's. I don't give a fuck. Rodgers is Steelers. He knew it. He was spotted training with DK. I forgot DK is on the team. Cali not too long ago. Rodgers in a Steelers jersey just don't even sound or look right. Like picturing up my head, that just don't even. That's weird. That's weird as hell. And there's probably gonna be a lot of drama between him and Mike Tomlin. I could already see it. Cause Aaron Rodgers loves feeding into some drama, especially when he ain't got nothing else to feed into. 10-point game, 7 minutes 30 seconds left. Some of the NFL organizations you convinced that certain teams are designed to lose. Hell yeah. There's a team called the Arizona Cardinals. If I remember correctly, they've only been to the NFL playoffs 7 times. I think it's 7 times where they got 7 wins or some shit. It's something like that. I think they only got 7 wins or something like that. Considering how long the Cardinals have been around, not just in Arizona, but in general. They don't know why people are high on the Pats this year. They can definitely improve from last year for sure. Drake May ain't a slouch. They got him, assuming if he stay healthy and shit, don't get in trouble. Stephon Diggs should help as a veteran wide receiver to the group. And Mike Vrabel's their coach, that's why. So they could make the playoffs, but that's about it. Oh, you hate Tua. His biggest enemy is just staying healthy. If the Lions will win the Super Bowl this year now that Hutchinson is healthy, I wouldn't count on it at all. Would not count on them winning the Super Bowl at all whatsoever. That'd be cool, but I think they windows close. Green and yellow to black and yellow. Like the Lil Wayne version of black and yellow. Mike Thompson, yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't know about that. Maybe him, but I know it's with the YNs and shit. Mike Tomlin can't do that shit. He can't control YNs. Like that's always been the thing is he got the locker room in check. Sure, I'm sure players like him, like playing for him. I've heard that, but them niggas be wildin'. I know Antonio Brown is an outlier, but nah, bro. Ain't nowhere. Damn, that shit's a 4-point game. It felt like I blinked and that shit is a 4-point game. 5:57. Tell the Lions is cursed. That would be something if they did win the Super Bowl. That'd be crazy as hell. Win it in the stadium they lost the NFC Championship game at 2 years ago. Say Mike ain't having that shit. We'll see. We will see. We shall see. The biggest thing though is the fact that he could push around what's his name? Robert Saleh, because he has so much influence with the Jets. I don't know how much influence he has with the Steelers. So I would assume they'd be backing Mike Tomlin more than him because he just joined the team. All right, now we got a 6-point game. Let's see how this shit go. Halliburton be making some of the goofiest passes sometimes. But them shits be working. So your uncle a Raiders fan, you remember this was when they had Jamarcus Russell, bro. I told you he had a mental breakdown at a restaurant and just straight up said the Raiders are just designed to lose. I've seen his interview in a podcast before. I think it was a Pivot, where they finally asked his side of what the fuck went on with the Raiders. And basically, in so many words, he was saying that I guess he was done. It was kind of like the front office was playing games and they was on some bullshit, for lack of a better term. And I be easy, Blackbird, man, be easy. But basically, yeah, it was the Raiders front office was on some bullshit. Not saying Jamarcus Russell was completely what's the word? Not he didn't play a role in his demise either, but yeah, when you go to a team like that, that'll fuck you up if you're a rookie. Especially if you come from a team used to winning and shit, then you go to a team that's always losing and shit. Yeah, it'll fuck with your head. It don't matter if it's real or fake. That's why it blows my mind sometimes when people like say that all these players don't care about winning. All motherfucker, no. There's some that still care, even though they know they gotta throw the game. There's still that competitive drive that they have. No matter how much they gotta throw some shit, they still gonna have it. So Market was sipping lean and playing in them games. Yeah, I heard about that shit. He gained all that weight. That is a crazy thing to do though, like as an athlete, of like all the recreational drugs you could do. Lean is the one you gonna go with, man. Like just do regular shit like smoke weed or something. Ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I forgot how you say it. That shit is funny as hell though. It was like we know what's going on the court or something like that. It's ridiculous. 'Cause I know he hated George Karl. He hated playing for the Kings, except for Mike Malone. When Mike Malone was there, he didn't have a problem. But yeah, you go to certain teams, man, that might fuck with you if you ain't used to winning. Bryce Young, he went to the Panthers. He used to playing at Alabama, and then winning and shit, being in the playoff conversation, winning the SEC, all that kind of stuff, and you go to the Panthers and you can't trust your offense. Yeah, it's gonna fuck with your head. Like, I know Baker had to feel some type of way when he first got to Cleveland. This nigga still falling. Still falling. That man's gonna come in beyond for the Pacers to make it close. That's how it would be. The Pacers could trail by like double digits with less than a minute and somehow take the lead. But it takes a lot of dumb shit by the other team too. Unless, what's his name? I think it was Nembhard. Yeah, I think it was Nembhard that had all them threes where he hit like 6 in the 4th. Unless they do some shit like that. SJ only has 4 free throws. Go figure. Mike about to have his first losing season. Yeah, it's like pro wrestling. Like, I was watching MVP's podcast. He was mentioning how it's a very ego-driven sport or entertainment, what the fuck you want to call it. It's very ego-driven. Like, you want to be the top guy. Even if you know you got to lose, you still want to be the top guy. Nesmith, yeah, thank you. Nesmith, not Nim. I always get them Nembhard and Nesmith confused. But yeah, like, ego's always gonna be there, no matter how scripted something is. Shit, movies, actors got egos. They be fighting over roles, not physically fighting, but fighting over roles and shit for movies. And it's not like it's necessarily a competition. Well, I guess it kind of is a competition. But even then, niggas still gotta fuel their ego, or feed it, should I say. You remember one of Russell's teammates said coach gave him a blank tape because they knew he wasn't watching film. Oh yeah, the story about Jamarcus Russell. I heard this story before. He asked him the next day if he watched. He said, yeah. Now 106-98, 8-point game. They've really been not turning this shit into a free throw fest this last 2 minutes though. Siakam missed that free throw on purpose for sure. Let's see, what was the spread? Because they playing around with spread territory. 10.5. Yeah, they playing around with spread territory. Think this is Rodgers' wake-up call. His wake-up call. It'd be something if he didn't ball out though in all seriousness in the first couple games and then came back to reality. SJ dad looked like a villain. All right, he made one. He split them. 106-99 OKC. Someone asked to Chet out the game. Yeah, he's out the game. All I know is they better not send this nigga to the line. Oh my god. Yeah, this shit testing my patience already. Like the first couple quarters went by smooth. Felt like it at least. I've been chatting with y'all. But damn, bro, this. I get it. There was contact, but damn. Theo Kid's cousin went to high school with Mike Tomlin. He cool, but he don't play. I could see that. He gonna get benched for Will Howard. Hey, that'd be the ultimate humiliation ritual for Aaron Rodgers' ego. His ass get benched for a rookie, an unproven rookie at that. What the fuck was that? Dude passed the ball to Caruso's thigh. Oh shit, here come the Magnets. Six-point game. And that was Neesmith too with that 3. The Steelers finished 8-9. That'd be nice. That would be nice. All right, bro. You doing all this 2K spam and dribbling. He made it. I was about to say, you better make that shit. You gonna do all that stuff. Over trying to be like James Harden. You know, it would be something if this whole series was close. Even if it was a sweep, every single game was close. That would be something. It'd be kind of like a hollow victory. Like, at least the games was close, even though it was a sweep, but at least they was close. Yeah, we're not gonna call a foul on that. Okay. Okay, we just not gonna call a foul on that. That's cool. That's cool. I was about to say, if they let Caruso Debo the shit out of his ass and not call that. Especially at the pace this game has been going. SGA was that shoot around wearing a sports bra. You say, yeah, he gonna win a chip. I forgot who else did that. I think it was D-Lo. D-Lo did that too. It wasn't NBA shoot around. It was like some pickup type shit, but he was wearing one. And he in that, what's that Skims commercial? That for the underwear. And yes, he did. Yes. I mean, you think about it now, some of these niggas wear like that meshy sequence stuff whenever they walk to the game. I know Westbrook did it one time. A few other players have done stuff like that, so I ain't surprised. 3-point game, less than a minute left. Watch this nigga do some. Oh, he missed it. Okay. Put back makes it a 1-point game. Siakam just got it off too. 10-2 run lasts 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Oh, and he missed the layup. J-Dub, that is, missed the layup. Should have made that. He pulled an Angel Reese. Said no bullshit. Oh yeah, hit that like button, man. Smash that like button. RKO that like button. Attitude adjustment that like button. F5 that like button. Spear that like button. I don't care. Super kick it. Like one of them good ones. Actually, really like a sweet chin music, not really a super kick because everybody does it. Oh, now these niggas on commercial. Damn, that's a nickname I ain't heard in a minute. Spicy P. I really hope this game don't go into overtime, but knowing the NFL or NBA, excuse me, especially trying to generate some type of excitement, I can see it happening. I can see them doing that shit, but I hope they don't. If OKC lose this game, that'd be kind of funny. That would be really kind of funny if they did. And it'd be kind of a good way to balance things out as far as considering OKC is such a heavy favorite, making it appear that Indiana has a chance. I think it was CBS Sports mentioned that the Lakers and the Pistons, it was kind of a similar situation where Lakers were heavy favorites in that series, and we saw how that shit turned. It'd be cool if that happened again 21 years later, but I don't think so. Adam Silverfish ain't got in him to do that. He did it with LeBron with the 3-1, but he ain't doing it. He ain't done it since. Actually, that's been the last good finals. All right. Oh, damn, I'm actually getting sleepy. I need to hurry wrap this game up, bro. Come on. Wrap this shit up. All these reviews and shit. I don't know what's worse, WWE or NBA with these commercials now. Yeah, it looked like it was off Siakam. Damn, spoiler alert, bro. Damn, OKC lost. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny as hell. Hallie, what the fuck? Nah, what's that shit Rob 49 say? What the hell? What the helly? What the Hallie? What the helly? LeBron? Yeah, what the Hallie? Nigga said, Hallie, what the fuck? Let me see. Are they really reviewing the time right now, bro? Like, you can probably get a shot from like 0.4, 0.5, but like, what are we doing? I think every series that Halliburton's been in the playoffs, he done hit a game-winning shot. Yep, Cleveland. We know about the Knicks. That bullshit ass bounce. Possibly this game. Like I said, I don't know. But yeah. Like I said, they've been pushing that nigga on the low for real. It's not all about Caitlin Clark in Indiana. People like to think that shit. That's how the media would like to push it to, certain fans and shit, how to maneuver it. But no, they've been pushing Halliburton. Said the Thunder lost that damn lead. What is the words of Charles Barkley? In order for a team to come back, you have to allow them to come back. Or no, it's in order to blow a game or something like that, you have to allow the other team to get back in the game. But yeah, point three. Yeah, I ain't even gonna watch a point three. If the Pacers win the finals, bro, you swear. I won't be mad at all if they win the finals. At this point, I just want them to hurry up and get the finals over with. Regardless if the Pacers or Thunder win. They'll say Hallie's the clutchest player in the league. They said that shit about Brunson when his nickname Captain Clutch. And we saw what happened in the playoffs in that ECF. You had Pacers in 6. That would be nice if this turned into that, that Pistons Lakers thing. If they want to go that far with the comparisons. But that Lakers team also has some future Hall of Famers on them too. Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaq, Kobe. 4 of the niggas on the team. Hall of Famers. So it makes you happy that NY fired Tibbs. That's funny. All right, inbound this damn ball. Let's go. Come on, inbound this shit. Let's go. All right, missed that shit. There you go. Yeah, I think game 2, OKC gonna beat their ass. I think that's exactly what they're gonna do. Like this weird flippy floppy shit where if OKC do lose, it usually be big. Sometimes close, but mostly big. And when they win, they be beating the shit out of teams. But if they smart, they better keep every game close. The SGA ran to the locker room. I mean, you don't dap up after each game in a series. You do that shit at the end. The hell you gonna have to make a sacrifice? You have to give up them white girls. You have to give them all up. That'd be crazy if his sacrifice was he had to give up the snow bunnies. But anyway, man, I'm finna slide like electric. Get up out of here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Next game, if I remember correctly, is Saturday, Sunday. I feel like it's a Sunday. I might be wrong. Let me see. 6, 7. Yeah, Sunday. So yeah, I'll be back on Sunday. Stay tuned. Have fun chopping it up with y'all. We out.